Hi, I'm Alan M. Pink. Welcome to Championship Scoring in our video tutorial series on administering self-service competitions. This video is about administering scorecards. Let's move on to the system. When you're first provided access to the championship scoring system in our demo environment in this series of videos, we were first granted access to the system. We logged in, changed our password, and we started adding competitors. As you see from the admin summary section, we have 3 competitors entered. In order for us to do an actual competition yet, we still need to add a scorecard. Now you can have multiple scorecards in the system. Each scorecard can be associated with a round. So you could have the same scorecard for each round, or you can have a different scorecard for each round. Totally up to you. But we do require at least one scorecard in the system. So let's add one. So we click the Add Scorecard button, and this is also the same link as the left here under Scoring Settings under Scorecards. So let's create a new scorecard. We're going to name our scorecard Bid Calling, and Use Comments field is whether or not we would like the judges to provide comments, written comments to each competitor. There's a plus and minus about this. It is valuable to the contestants to get feedback, but it does take time for the judges to enter that feedback into the system. Your call. Here we'll just click yes for Use Comments and save our new scorecard. In fact, our scorecard is actually usable right now, although there's not really much value to it. If we click View Scorecard, we can see that there's just a comment section. But what we would like to do is add some scoring criteria. Now, scoring criteria are grouped by sections in a scorecard. So let's start by adding our first section. This first section let's call appearance. And we'll want this to be showing up as the very first section. So within the appearance section, we'll have certain scoring criteria. So let's enter some of that. So first, let's do personal or professional appearance. How's that? And we want this to be the first item displayed. Now here's where the scoring point values come in. The minimum value for this is they could get, for example, a 0, or they could get a 10-point value. And the increment is essentially single point values from 0 to 10 is a 1. We could go half point values, so you could score like a 5.5, so that would be 0.5 is the increment. Or if you want to have even finer granular judging, you can go down to a 1/10 of a point. And for us, let's just use 1/10 of a point. We'll save that. Let's also add a second one for their professional appearance. Let's do poise. See if they're comfortable on stage. We want this to be the second one, and we'll have similar values from 0 to 10 with a 0.1 increment. So let's take a look at what our scorecard looks like now. We have one section, oops, wrong button, View Scorecard. We have one section, the appearance section, with 2 criteria. One is professional appearance, worth 10 points, and the other is poise on stage, worth 10 points. The increment is a 1/10 of a point, and we can add comments if we want. So let's add a second section. So we go into the sections, we'll add a new section, and this will be execution. And we'll want this to be the second section displayed. And inside this, let's add some criteria for this execution section. So this would be chant voice. And this will be the first item. Again, from 0, let's make this one worth 20 points total, and 1/10 of a point for the increment. Let's add another one. Product knowledge. This will be the second one. Minimum 0, maximum 20, and another 10th increment. And let's add one final one. Let's call this interaction. And again, another 20-point value. So let's take a look at this scorecard as we entered it. Again, there are 2 sections, one for appearance, one for execution. In the appearance section, we have 2 criteria, professional appearance and poise, each worth 10 points with a 1/10 of a point increment. And our new execution section, again, worth 0 to 20 points and a 1/10 of a point increment. And we can also allow comments to be provided from the judges to the competitors. And that's it. If we go back to the admin summary screen, we'll drop down here and we'll say, yes, we've accomplished this task of adding a scorecard. For this sample competition, we'll probably use the same scorecard in the elimination round or the championship round. But again, we could have multiple scorecards if we chose to. And that's it. More videos to come on setting up rounds, judges, competitors, assignments, and getting ready to actually begin a competition. So stay with us for that. I'm Alan Imping for Championship Scoring. For questions, inquiries, pricing, and anything else, please contact us at info@championshipscoring.com. Thanks.